Anime, manga, webtoons, all fantastic forms of media. But throughout all those forms of media, the one genre that caught my eye back when I was just a prepubescent teenager was the genre of harem. Now, harem is a hell of an introduction into the full-fledged world of anime. You see, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, those are like the steps to the pool. Harem is, fuck it, we diving into the 12-foot deep, and do I know how to swim? We're gonna find out together now, aren't we? This genre, harem, in the West, out here in the Americas, we ain't got nothing like that for any teenagers. I like being a teenager at the time. I remember, you watch your Disney Channel, your Cartoon Network, RIP to the legend, Ben 10, regular show, Sweet Life on Deck. Like, there was just a bunch of things where, a lot of these shows, they even had romance. But there was nothing like the harem genre. So harem is a fascinating just genre to me in general, because it is like the most teenage boy shit like genre you can imagine. And as I've gotten older, I've just realized, like, that shit seems fucking terrible. Oh my god, it seems awful. Let's not talk about the me now. Let's talk about the me back then. Let's go back to all those years ago when I got into the crack cocaine known as anime. So I believe my introduction into this series was High School DxD. I think I watched a YouTube video and because I remember back then, like, a lot of the way I watched anime, I was like, what's the strongest characters ever? And like, I think they put Issei at like number 9 or some shit. It was like a power list or something. They had Issei way too fucking high. I'm gonna be honest with you. I guess back then anime wasn't popping like it is now, so there wasn't as many broken characters, but they had them at like number 9 or number 10 or some shit. So I watched High School DxD, and watching the first season made me like look up every harem anime that's ever been made, because genuinely I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? I could not believe, my mind could not comprehend. So you're telling me all the girls in this series like him? Like, as a prepubescent boy, there was nothing more fascinating. Like, so you're just telling me all the women just like him? You just imagine, like, oh man, going to, your middle school, high school, elementary is a bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna lie, elementary was a bit of a stretch, but you're just telling me like all these girls like me? Oh my god, this sounds like heaven. That sounds like all these girls want to date me. It's a dream. I mean, who wouldn't want 6+ women all fawning over you, all desiring just you? The ones that really stick out in my head are High School DxD and Infant Stratos. Now, Infant Stratos it's always very interesting when you first start watching any media that you never, because when you first start watching it, you don't know what's good and you don't know what's bad. So like, you just watch everything. Watching Infant Stratos, I watched both seasons. That was I couldn't do that shit now. I couldn't make it to 2 episodes of one would be pushing it. Oh my god, there's some other ones, like, you got to go back to like anime releases in like 2013, 2014. Like, any harem one that came out, I watched. Even in the past ones I watched. Oh my god, there's one, I can't remember its name because it's been so long since I watched it, but I remember like it was a hair. I watched a lot. I watched a lot because it was just a fascinating concept that all these women just are in love with this single man, and I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand it. I mean, granted, it's the most unrealistic shit you could ever fucking imagine. I mean, these women, he fucking holds the door open for him and they fall in love with him. I mean, literally, just some of the most preposterous shit you've ever fucking seen in your life. Like, 7 women fall in love with you in a matter of 30 minutes? That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening worth a damn in reality. it was just fascinating because you're watching these things and you're watching, well, High School DxD was also a different monster because they just had titties flopping everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck? What in the fuck is happening? Oh my god, what? Just got her titties out everywhere. I mean, everybody had titties out everywhere. Underwear, panty. It was an absolute, because it was also ecchi, which at the time I didn't know. So the ecchi era, it was, my brain was overloaded. The stimulus was overloading. I didn't know what. we ain't got shit like that. There ain't shit like that out here in the West. We ain't got shit like that out here in the West. My brain couldn't handle it. So I just did what most people do, and I just consumed it at a large amount, probably unhealthy quantity. At that time, the only reason I probably didn't even consume more was I had this weird stance where I was like, I'm only gonna watch dubbed. I was too afraid of getting too deep into anime. So like, there was a hell of a lot of subbed, but dubbed, you were fighting for scraps, I tell you, scraps. And so I only watched the dubbed of the harem ones. And I don't want to say at the time my favorite genre would have been harem, but it probably was, because it was easily my most watched. Was it? Probably. It was one where I just saw harem. I'm like, well, I gotta watch this. Like I said, it was just a fascination with just the way these women operated. My brain was just like, what in the fuck? I don't know, maybe I was trying to get some riz from the main character. I don't know. I wasn't, because I don't think I applied any of the shit they did in anime. I didn't know. Even back then, I was like, yeah, this shit ain't happening. So watching these harem anime and watching like the main characters collect these women like fucking Pokemon, except they would never collect them. And this is like, as I got older, by older, I mean later teens, where I couldn't deal with it anymore, because I'm like, dog, just pick one. I can't take this shit no more. I swear to God, we're on the third fucking season. If you don't pick one, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking chest. Please, just pick one. Just pick one. I don't give a fuck who you pick, motherfucker. Pick one. I know which one I would pick, but pick one. You got a buffet of fucking options. You're just like, I'm not really hungry right now. Man, I swear to, I drop kick you in your fucking chest. But it was just a curiosity. Like, how are all these women just falling for him? It's episode 2 and there's 5 of them. Why? How? Why the fuck is there always a childhood friend? And why can't she never win? Give up, quit. You are not a... I think the thing that also blew my mind, like, it was the weird ones where like the sister would be involved, but it wasn't really his sister. It was like a like it was like an adopted sister. Like he was adopted into the family, so they're actually not blood related, so it's all okay. What? I was like, what is happening? I was like, bro, this is outrageous. And got that popcorn and kept eating it, because I was like, this seems a bit ridiculous to anyone else. No, we just gonna keep popping them out. Shit. The thing about most harems is they're not very good, because all the girls, you know, they would give them different personalities. And like, I think my main was like, so like, do they know? Like some of them, it was like, they knew that they all liked him and they would be fighting over him, but yet he somehow would not notice. And I'm like, my brother in Christ, come on, man. You can see what we see. You just don't acknowledge it, I guess. I don't know. It was always just perplexing watching it. And then sometimes it would be like 7 of them, but none of them would know. And it would just be weird. And I was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And then there was like the other ones where like, there was clearly a girl who was like, she's gonna win. Like, why the fuck is there a harem? Motherfucker, she's gonna win. We see it. She's gonna be victorious. Why are we introducing 16 other females for them just to be here for decoration? What in the fuck? What the fuck is the purpose? And like, I think another thing that also killed me, this is even when we were younger, like what killed me was I was like, damn, no guy friends? Like I feel like you can have a guy friend just pop up, and if they did have a guy friends, they were always perverts. And I was like, man, what the fuck? I was like, so no, just no male friends, nothing? Like some of my favorite interactions in all of anime is when they just got 2 dudes on the screen who were just bantering like friends do. A lot of these harem ones, it is like 1 dude, 15 females, and I'm like, how the fuck is he not losing his mind? Because I know dudes who grew up in like an all-women household, and they are like, I want to get the fuck out the house as many times, as much as I can. I want to get the fuck out the house. I want to go hang out with some other dudes. But yet in it, they're just like, cool, just chill with all these women. Just no dude friends, none. Cause I just think, I think it would add some spice. I think it'd be fun. But it makes sense. It is a genre for teenage boys, and the teenage boy fantasy is a lot of women fawning over them not having a lot of male friends. It's not typically where that line gets drawn or where it goes. And so for me, especially back then, it was just, you know, watching all these women like fawn over this one male, and like they're all cordial about it, right? Like I think that's one of the most unrealistic parts in the entire fucking genre is all these women, they're going after this, single male, and there's no cat fighting. I mean, sometimes there is, but they're like, everyone's like, we're gonna do this clean and orderly, and we're gonna let him decide. In reality, they're like, I'm not gonna give him a fucking option. There will be no choices. It will be a choice. And that's one of the most, and so you're watching them and like they just keep coming on along board, and you're like, oh, what point are we gonna stop? And the answer is typically never. And then like the thing that really got it was always, the male character and how dense they were. Like that was like a main selling point, because high school boys, I will admit, are a bit dense. And like there's signs that they're just not going to pick up on. Hell, there's signs that women give adult males that they don't pick up on. And granted, some of them signs are so subtle that you would just be like, how is anyone without telekinesis supposed to pick up on? Ain't no telepaths in this fucking area to be able to pick up on what the hell you were just trying to put down. But okay. But like in anime, it is like, because it's so egregious, the signs, like they have, puff of smokes that come out of their hair when they get touched. Their face turns completely flush red. They get the confused eyes. They blush just normally and all that. Like there are some very aggressive signs, and it's like the mobile game ad, right? The mobile game ad where you watch the person play the game terribly and they play it awfully, and you're like, I could play that game so much better than this ad, which I can't believe people fall for it, but they do. They're like, I could play this game so much better than this ad showing, and then they download and play the fucking game. And then it's the same way with the harem. It's like the harem, you watch him, you're like, he's so dense, oh my god, how could he do that? How could he not pick up on any of these? I could pick up on these signs. I would very clearly get it. And then unfortunately, I mean, there is no download a harem. There is no download so you can change your life in a harem and prove yourself or not. No. So you kind of just sit there and you watch the entire series and you're like, oh my god, how can he be so stupid? How can he not pick up on any of this? And that just kind of happened, right? I mean, it kind of happened to me where I was like, bro, how are you not picking up on any of this? Like how, I would pick up on some of that. Now, in reality, would I? That is a question and a half, because I've probably missed several signs. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. But I probably did. I probably missed several signs, easy signs, some green lights. But at the same time, like I said, when you see the signs in real life versus an anime, it's a very different ball game of the level of like in anime, it's like a street light. Like it's very clearly green, yellow, or red. Sometimes it may be like the turquoise or like blue, depending on where you live, right? But like in America, it's green, yellow, red. You very clearly see the signs. You know what the signs mean. There's no sweet indicator. That's anime. But in real life, it's like the hearing test when you go to the doctor and they're like, we're gonna play some noises. If you hear the noise, raise your hand. And so sometimes your mind, you're just like, I think I heard a beep. Do I raise my hand? And you're just like, but it might have not been a real beep. So you're playing the hearing sound and you hear a thing. You're like, I think I heard something. I'll raise my hand just in case. And it's like, nope, there wasn't no sound. You're actually wrong. You're like, fuck. And then sometimes you will hear the sound, but you're like, I don't think that was a sound. That's fictitious. You're like, you didn't hear that sound? Unfortunate. And you're like, what the fuck? That's what it's like in real life. Doesn't pick up on some of these hints, right? Anime, it's like red light, green light. You see it, but when it's hearing, you're like, sometimes your hearing's bad. Sometimes you have great hearing. You hear all the beeps. Sometimes you hear none of the beeps because your hearing's not good. It's like kind of like the difference, which made it appealing, right? Because even if, for instance, you're colorblind, you know which one means stop and which one means go, right? Ultimately. But that was like the fascination and the draw, was because when you're in the target demographic, which of course teenage boys are, which is what I was at the time, that's where you were. But when you fall out of it and you're in a third, you're in the back seat, you're not in the passenger seat no more, and you look and you're just kind of like, yeah, I just kind of can't do it. I mean, it's not like I don't read any like manga, webtoons, anything like that doesn't have like the element there. If there is any, it's typically a dominant 2, but like it's not an overwhelming element of like the harem one where it's just like, oh man, look, he helped her with her cat that one time and now she's in love with him. A lot of times, and I guess the ones I read, I mean, it's like there's a whole arc. There's an entire arc he has to go through before she's like, oh, I think I have romantic feelings for him. Like, okay, it's at least a bit more realistic where it's like, okay, there's this whole trials and tribulation thing. There isn't like she 2 episodes in and she's like, I got him right. But no, it is a genre that has fascinated me because there was nothing like it now, but now I've been used to it, so it doesn't fascinate me nearly as much as it did. But that's like anything, you know, it's new, it's like, oh, what is this? But yeah, no, to me, the most fascinating genre in anime was indeed the harem genre.